Hey there guys, it's Loves the Loom here, and today I'm here to show you how to make this really awesome glacial ice bracelet. This bracelet was created by my good friend Suzanne HB on YouTube, but you can also find her on Instagram at Crazy Just Might Work. You definitely want to check her out and give her a follow so you don't miss out on any of her amazing designs. And she does have a lot of super awesome designs coming out, so you don't want to miss those. This particular bracelet here does take about 100 bands depending on your wrist size. I absolutely love this design. I think for one, it definitely looks different than a lot of bracelets out there, and two, I just think it was super clever as far as like the twisting and looping idea goes. So it's pretty simple, yet it's definitely different than most bracelets and how they're made. The fun thing is that this bracelet is done, or it is meant to be a little bit messy as far as like the looping goes, so you don't have to be really particular. So I think that's a bonus as well. But without wasting your time any further, let's get started. To make this bracelet, you need one loom. Particularly, you just need the two front pins here. You need one C-clip and your hook. For the loom setup, you need your bar pins aligned like I have them right here. And you want to have the space in the middle like this. It just makes it easier because you can actually do it with this bar pin here, having just the two next to each other. But it's a little harder to do some of the steps, so I prefer it to be set up like this. For my color choices, just to quickly show you, I'm going to use the dark blue silicone for the side border bands. For the silver, I'm going to use clear glitter silicone, and then for the white, I'll use opaque blue. So the first thing you want to do is grab whatever band you want that silver twisty band to be, and we're going to place it on this left pin here, but you need to hold it with your thumb because we're going to be twisting this band before we put it on to that pin. So grab your hook face down and just grab onto the band like so. And we're going to twist it 5 times. Now it's not super important, if you go in a complete circle. Basically, me and Suzanne just kind of do a quick 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. So it's not like a super big deal if you have more twists in some bands than the other. But for the main idea and for the silicone bands, 5 is what she figured out kind of works the best for this bracelet. So do the 5 twists like I did and attach the band onto the right side like so. And now we're going to add a triple cap band onto the right side. So you can do that by placing it on your hook and wrapping it around 3 times like so. And then placing it on your loom. Or you can do it directly on the loom. Whatever's easier for you is fine. Once you have the triple cap band on your loom, we're going to go inside this right pin here, and we're going to grab that band, and we're going to stretch it and bring it back over to the left, carefully. And when you pull it over, some of that twist may pull out, and that's fine, but you may have to guide it on because it's a little bit tight, being that we do have it twisted. Once you have it connected, just push it down and grab another one of your bands that you're using for your twisty bands, and we're going to do the same exact thing. So you're going to place the band on the left side, grab your hook, and do 5 twists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now I'm going to reattach it on the right, and it is hard because it's tight, so I kind of use my thumb and press it against the pin, and then use my hook to kind of guide it over, like that. Now this time we're going to add the triple cap band onto the left side. We're going to be alternating which side we place this triple cap band on. So 1, 2, and 3. Then place that on the left. Just for a little note, so far I have not used any other bands besides silicone bands for this twisty part, so I'm not quite sure how other bands work, but the silicone bands definitely do a good job holding the twist. So now we're going to go inside the left pin, grab the very top twisty band that we just put on, and now we're going to bring that over to the right, like so. So we basically just did the same step except we went the opposite direction. Now this part is probably the hardest part. I mean, it's not super hard, but it's just a little tedious. So now we have to grab whatever color you want to use for your border band. And one at a time, we're going to go down in the pin, pull this band through, like so. It doesn't matter which side you start on. I'm just going to start on the left. So place whatever color you want for your border on your hook. Pull it up through that pin. Place the other end on the pin so it's completely around all those bands. And now what we're going to do is pop all of these bands off of the hook, off of the pin, and reattach just the blue that's on my hook. So be careful not to pull the right side off when you pop these off. Whoops, like I just almost lost my whole pin bar. And now I'm going to turn it just to make it easier. But now we need to reattach those two. Like that. So it brings all the bands that were there are now in the middle. And now we need to do the same to the right side. And I will say that regular opaque bands and the not so sticky silicone bands do work good for the border. At least I found that it was a little bit easier as far as this part goes. Because the ones I'm using are a little sticky, but I wanted to use them. So do the same on the right side. So I have that band put through all of those bands. And now carefully I'm going to pop these bands off of that pin like that. And now we need, uh-oh, I almost lost my band. You have to be very careful in this part. Clearly, as you can see. Oh no. Okay, so now we need to reattach these two bands. Like that. So now everything is in the middle and we're just going to push it all down. I lost focus. There we go. Push it all down, and now we're just going to do that all over again. So grabbing my clear glitter, whatever color you're using for your twist bands, grab your hook, do 5 twists, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And if you feel like you didn't get enough twist, you can always just give it another little twist. If you think you gave it too much, just go back a little bit. It's not super crucial, like I said in the beginning. As I keep going, I think I even stop counting and I just kind of do a little twist and then attach it. So, it's up to you. So now we need to add our triple cap band on. After you add your border bands on like we just did with the blue, you always start on the right side for your triple cap band. So this time I'm just going to do it on the pin, wrapping it 3 times. Now we're going to go inside this right pin. Grab the very top twisty band and bring it to the left. Push that down. Grab a twist band. Put it on the left pin, and now we're going to twist it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Reattach it to the other side. And now we need to add our triple cap band, but this time we need to add it to our left side instead of our right. So I'm just placing my triple cap band on behind the scenes here. And now I'm going to add it onto my left side. Like so. So now go inside your left pin. Push back your triple cap band. Grab the very top band and now bring it back to the right. Like so. And now it's time to do our border band again. So I'm going to grab 2 of my silicone bands. Or I think these are considered silicone. These are, I think, the like Sweets collection or something. So go inside all of those bands carefully. Hook on that band. Pull it up through. And then reattach the other side. Try to make sure that it's not all twisted. Carefully pop that off. Do not lose the bands on the right side while you're doing this. And then we have to reattach these two bands that we just pulled through. Like that. And now we need to do the same on the right side. Attach. Pull it up. Reattach the other side. Pop them off and reattach. Like so. So it may look kind of crazy. Don't worry, it will form as it continues to grow. And then if some bands are just sticking out a little crazier than others, don't worry, at the end you can fiddle with it. But this bracelet is meant to be a little bit messy and a little funky. It doesn't have to be super, you know, clean and stuff. So that is what we're just going to keep doing. So now we would go back to doing our twist bands again. Sorry about my hand being up in the camera. Do your twist. Add it on. Add your triple cap band on. Now we're going to bring that back to the left. Push it down, and we're going to do the same thing again. Except this time we're going to now add our triple cap band on to the left side. I'm attempting to put my cap band on. That's what's taking me so long. Okay, so I'm just going to do it on my loom. I have to turn it for the sake of the camera and the odd angle I'm on. Okay, so we're just going to go in, grab the top band, make sure you're not grabbing any other bands but that very top one, and reconnect. And now we can do our border bands again. This part is probably the most tedious, or I guess I would say inconvenient part of the whole thing, because I really actually enjoy making this bracelet, except for having to take these bands off and reapply them, but it's all good. I would just recommend not using a super sticky border band like I'm doing. It makes it easier when it slides up a little easier. But they're so pretty. Just be very careful when popping them off. Okay. Push them down. You can start to see it starting to grow. See the little rock looking, or ice, whatever you want to call them, are starting to show through. But you can even, you don't have to, it really doesn't do anything. They do pull apart, so at the end when you pull it apart, you can kind of mess with it if you feel like your little glaciers are sticking up too high or what have you. So it's definitely, you can definitely fiddle with it. So I think this is pretty straightforward, but I will go ahead and do it like 2 more times, just to make sure everyone understands. So my triple cap band. Bring it over. Do that again. Add your triple cap band onto the left side. And time for the border bands. I would have never ever thought to do that twisting step before hooking the band on. So I'm just so like amazed by that, because I'm like, wow, why didn't I think of that? But I love it. But Suzanne's the best. She comes out with so many different looking designs. That's why I love her, because they're always something so different and just completely, I don't know, they're just different and unique, and I love it. She's not afraid to try something new or like weird to come up with the bracelet, and that's why they're so cool. Okay. So I was going to do it one more time, but I think it's pretty straightforward, and I didn't even realize it's already been quite lengthy video, so I'm sure you guys all got the hang of how to do it. I'm going to go off camera and just get this to fit the length of my wrist, and I'll be right back. If you have any problems, just watch the previous instructions. Okay guys, so I am back. This is about the length of my bracelet. It's not quite long enough to fit my wrist, but I'm going to go ahead and close it up. I'm sure there's some little girls around the neighborhood that would love to have it. So I'm going to go ahead and just show you how to close it. It's very simple. Basically, you want to have it end it where you, the last thing you did was added on your border band, which means 2 bands should be on both pins. If you wanted to, because it's only 4 bands, you probably could just put these together and add a C-clip. I don't like doing that just for as far as the tension goes. So I'm going to take the color of my border band, and I'm just going to stretch one single band over like so. And now I'm just going to bring the bottom bands up and over. So there's 2 on the right side and 2 on the left. Just like that. And now I'm just going to combine these 2 bands. So I'll grab the top band on the right, or the only band on the right, and just bring it over here like that. And now there's just 2 bands, which is where I'm going to attach my C-clip. If it's easier for you, you can pop it off the Loom and do it, or you can just add the C-clip while it's already on here. Just make sure you get around both of those bands. And then you can remove it. And just make sure it's nice and secure. And then you can just stretch it out a little bit, which is not super necessary. I know I'm losing focus again. There we go. So there you have it. There's not a whole lot you need to do, but if you feel like some of them are like popping up more than others, you can just kind of, you can stretch it this way and then grab a hold of that section and just kind of pull it like this if you feel like it's popping up too much. But you can kind of fiddle with it to get it to lay the way you want. But like I said, it's not a super clean look. It's supposed to be a little messy. As far as attaching the closure, there's no specific spot you have to clip it to. I just come around here and grab the very bottom band, and I just slide it right through there. So whatever is the very bottom band is what I attach mine to. Like that, and it kind of just actually is a little hidden, so it's perfect. So there you have the completed Glacier Ice Bracelet. I absolutely love this design. It was created by Suzanne HB on Instagram, or actually on YouTube, and then on Instagram she is at Crazy Just Might Work. Here you can actually see the way the bracelet looks different depending on what bands you use. This was all silicone bands on my right side. The blue on the left were the opaque, so you can see it kind of gives it a, this one's more like popping out in my opinion. But they both look great. Don't forget to give at Crazy Just Might Work a follow. She has a lot of amazing designs coming out, as well as amazing designs that have already been put out, so you don't want to miss out on that. Also, hit the like button below if you did like this video. I would greatly appreciate it. And don't forget to tag me at Loves to Loom if you recreate this. So thanks so much for watching, guys. I really hope you like this bracelet as much as I do, and I'll see you all at my next video. Bye!